Gwen Auwerda, the executive director of Tulip Time, the Tulip Festival in Holland, Michigan. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
So May 2nd through the 9th, we're on, and you can get all the details at tuliptime.com. But walk us around Holland and tell us, chapter and verse, A to Z, what the Tulip Festival is all about.
Well, we have a wonderful festival that celebrates our Dutch culture, our heritage, our community, and, of course, the queen, the tulip, which is just beginning to bloom all over town, and the 70-degree weather this weekend will definitely help that along. Yeah. We start out Saturday with a 5-10K run, art and craft fair, kids programming for a kids carnival, and fireworks that evening. And then we head into a variety of different shows, entertainment shows. We have Bob Newhart coming this year, Second City from Chicago, the improv troupe, and local art and culture organizations, 3 parades, and it's just a lot of fun.
Bob Newhart, the old TV comedian guy?
Yes.
Wow. What's he do, a stand-up act?
He does a stand-up act, and it's going to be so fun. He really limits what he does per year, I hear.
Yeah.
And we were so fortunate to get him, and he will be here on Friday, May 2nd, and there still are tickets available for that show.
No kidding. He is a funny, funny man. Tuliptime.com. And do you think you can get him dancing in some wooden shoes?
We might try. You never know what he'll have up his sleeve, I'm sure.
You do, in fact, have a series of different grand marshals for the various parades. Would you like to tell me about some of them, particularly Jim the Shark Dryer?
Oh, yes. We have Jim Dreyer on Saturday for the GMB Music Parade. He has set 18 world records doing some very extreme things. So we're going to be honoring him Saturday in the Grand Parade, or as the Grand Marshal in the parade. On Thursday for the JCI Kinder Parade, we have Kids Helping Kids, 2 10-year-old kids in town who have a great, strong bond of friendship, and that's really been a neat story for us. Kian and Max, and Kian's medically challenged, and her friend Max has kind of come alongside her and started collecting pop cans to raise money for her family, and ended up raising $16,000.
That's
fundraising.
Superhuman effort. Just like Jim Dreyer, you talked about some of the things that he's done. He kayaked across the United States from Lake Michigan to the Gulf of Mexico, and he was featured on Stan Lee's Superhuman show, if you ever see that sort of thing, too. And he's talking about a Straits of Mackinac swim on Labor Day and so forth, so you can get the skinny from him at Tulip Time Festival at these, as you said, the various parades that take place. Is the governor coming, as far as you know?
The governor will be here Wednesday, and he will be speaking at our luncheon. He will not be scrubbing streets due to his Achilles tendon struggle that he's had this winter, but he will be here for the luncheon, and we always enjoy having him tell us what's happening in the economy and in Michigan in general. And, of course, Proposal 1 vote will have been the day before, so I'm sure he'll have comments either way on that.
He's going to join us on Monday on the air here on this program. Anything you want me to ask him or prepare him for the festival this year? It's a tradition, isn't it, that the governor shows up?
It is a tradition. And so he gives us a little outlook of what's happening in the summer in the tourism industry, and we're always happy.
Well, what you should do is grab him by the arm and say, listen, if you become president, you promise to come back to the Tulip Festival as president, right?
Right. I'll have to ask him that. That's a great question if he decides to run.
That's what I think I would do. The Dutch culture is a way of life in that part of Michigan, in Holland, Michigan. If you would just talk about the heritage.
Yeah, we have a really fascinating Windmill Island Garden location in town, which has a 50-year-old windmill that's a working mill, the last working mill to leave the Netherlands, and it's celebrating its 50th year this summer. So it's really interesting to see all the people come and watch flour being ground in this windmill that's, hundreds of years old. And so the culture is still very much, it's eclectic as well, and it represents the community today. But as we go back and we think about our history and our roots and where things came from, and why the Dutch settled here, those are the things we talk about. We've got traditional Dutch food, and we've got Delftware, and lots of great places to visit that can can show you what the culture might have been like 100 or so years ago in the Netherlands.
What would be a Dutch food?
You could have pig in the blankets or stroopwafels. Have you ever had a stroopwafel?
No, what's that?
It's similar to a waffle cone. So it's a flat pancake with syrup in the middle, topped with another flat pancake. And if you put it on top of your cup of coffee, it warms the syrup inside.
Oh, my
and
God.
How
are we supposed to go on this morning without having that now for breakfast? Because I'm guessing you can't pull into a Quality Dairy and get that probably.
You cannot.
I didn't realize you make wooden shoes right there in Holland, and some people claim they're comfortable. How could they be comfortable?
Because you wear 8 pairs of socks.
Okay, there's a secret to everything.
That's the secret.
You know what you have to do to learn all this? I mean, you just got to go out and do it. May 2nd through the 9th, and the entire schedule is available online at which address again?
TulipTime.com.
TulipTime.com. What's your favorite part of the festival?
The parades.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I love the parades. I love watching the people and both the spectators as well as the people in the parades. It's a lot of fun.
Say hi to, well, who would you rather meet, really, if you had to pick one or the other, Bob Newhart or the governor?
Well, since I've met the governor already multiple times, I'll say Bob Newhart.
With Bob Newhart. All right. Well, Louie, it sounds like the weather's going to be grand, and the Tulip Festival is something that is pure Michigan, and thanks for giving us the preview.